Tonight, breaking news as we come on. A huge victory for President Trump. That massive spending and tax cut bill clearing the final hurdle. Severe storms right now threatening the Northeast as millions travel for July 4th. And a juror in the Sean Diddy Combs trial speaks out. First tonight, House Republicans passing that major spending bill.
Vote yes on the bill.
By the slimmest of votes. President Trump speaking late today, saying the bill gives him more power now than in his first term. The bill including cuts to Medicaid, which could cause an estimated 11.8 million Americans to lose their health care. Even some Republicans concerned about the price tag, adding trillions to the national debt. In a historic speech, Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries blasting the measure for more than 8 hours on the House floor. Mary Bruce standing by at the White House. Severe storms slamming the Northeast as we come on, with millions hitting the roads and the skies during a record holiday travel crush. Also developing tonight, we're tracking a tropical system threatening the Southeast that could wash out holiday plans. Our weather team timing it all out. A deadly explosion levels a home in Southern California. Fireworks suspected, one person killed as authorities search for the missing from that massive blast at a fireworks warehouse in Northern California. For the first time tonight, a juror in the Sean Diddy Combs trial speaks out. What they say led to the verdict and the impact of Combs' celebrity. Aaron Katersky with new reporting. Tonight, the high-stakes call between President Trump and Vladimir Putin. What we're learning as Russia's war on Ukraine rages. Dramatic new video, the daring rescue on Mount Washington after a hiker fell 60 feet. A soccer superstar killed in a fiery Lamborghini crash. And remembering two acting legends, one who starred in some of Hollywood's most memorable films, the other you'll remember from Star Wars.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us on this Thursday night. I'm Wade Johnson in for David. We begin tonight with a defining moment for President Trump, the House delivering the first major legislative victory of his second term, passing his mega spending bill, the core of his domestic agenda. Late today, President Trump celebrating on his way to an event in Iowa after pressuring holdouts within his own party. He's now trying to sell the bill to the American people. House Speaker Mike Johnson swinging the gavel once the votes were counted. He worked around the clock to make this victory happen. Only 2 Republicans voting against the bill. The package includes sweeping tax cuts and cuts to Medicaid, which could cause an estimated 11.8 million Americans to lose their health care. It's expected to add $3.4 trillion to the national debt over 10 years. The bill, with no Democratic support, House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries taking to the floor for what's known as the magic minute. He ended up speaking for more than 8.5 hours, breaking a modern-day record. President Trump insisting the bill is going to be really great for the American people and saying he has more power now than he did in his first term. ABC's chief White House correspondent Mary Bruce leads us off.
Tonight, a triumphant President Trump celebrating his major legislative victory.
It's going to make this country into a rocket ship. It's going to be really great.
After a hard-fought battle, the bill at the heart of Trump's agenda eking through the House to cheers of USA.
On this vote, the yeas are 218, the nays are 214. The motion is adopted.
Trump watching closely from the White House, but it did not come easy. The president and the speaker twisting arms and cajoling members of their own party into the early morning hours. Both hardline conservative Republicans and moderates angry that the bill could add $3.4 trillion to the debt over the next decade. And concerned cuts to Medicaid could force an estimated 11.8 million people to lose their insurance. Numbers the White House disputes.
It wasn't beautiful enough for me to vote for it.
Thomas Massey of Kentucky and Brian Fitzpatrick from a Pennsylvania district carried by Kamala Harris, the only 2 Republicans to vote no. The president personally working the phones and lobbying the other holdouts, even handing out Trump swag and signing autographs for some of them.
Yeah, he signed a bunch of stuff. It's cool.
To get them on board, the president making assurances and threats, promising to primary anyone who stood in his way. R.J. O'Brien asking what swayed them.
We got a package that I think would have turned out better than what we would have gotten had we sent this bill back.
But is that caving?
Winning is caving? Well, if winning is caving, then I guess we caved.
The bill includes roughly $4 trillion in tax cuts, mostly for wealthy Americans, and new spending on immigration enforcement. It also fulfills Trump's campaign promise to eliminate taxes on tips and overtime. And it guts Biden-era clean energy initiatives. And to pay for it all, the bill making those cuts to Medicaid and reducing food assistance for poor Americans. Democrats united against it.
And I'm planning to take my sweet time.
Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries railing against the bill on the House floor for a record-breaking 8 hours and 44 minutes.
Shame on this institution if this bill passes. That's not America. We're better than this.
The president in Iowa tonight touting his win and selling it to the American people.
And tonight, here I am. Okay, promises count.
The president now plans to sign this bill into law here at the White House tomorrow afternoon, meeting his own July 4th deadline. That event will be attended by members of Congress and party leadership and will include a flyover by a B-2 bomber, the same plane used in that recent U.S. strike against Iran. Whit?
Mary Bruce at the White House for us. Thank you.